everyone, so today I'm going to be doing like a first impression tryout of these products that I have bought from roseroseshop.com, and I showed these in my last Korean beauty haul, I think like in January, and I'm just now getting around to using these. These, I couldn't tell if they were just like samples or if these were like the actual packaging of the products, but these are so cool and I feel like this is just something I really wanted to try out. So they look like this. They are from a brand called Beausta, and it's 5 different products that I have. The first one is the Perfect Cover BB Cream, and again, I didn't know if this was just like a trial type of thing or if this is actually the packaging. I don't think it is because they do have like a picture of the BB cream here, but I thought this was a really cool, interesting concept that I was going to talk more about the concept rather than the products themselves, but I did want to try these out and share them with you guys. So the other one I have is the concealer. This one's called the Perfect Cover Tip Concealer, and then I have 3 lip colors. Here are what these colors look like swatched. The cool thing about these that I really like, especially for these 3, the 3 lip products have a doe foot applicator in them as well as the concealer, so I like that it's almost like a really compact version of the product, and there's a lot of product in here. It's not like just a one use and it's done kind of thing. I'm trying to see if this says how much is actually in here. 4 milliliters in the lip products, 4 milliliters in the concealer, and there is 10 milliliters of the BB cream. So these you could definitely get quite a few uses out of these, especially if these are supposed to be like a sample or a tested out type of product. But I really like the packaging concept of this because I think it would be so nice because number one, there's a lot less packaging to it. Now it is still like plastic foil type products, but as far as like beauty packaging and waste, I feel like there's so much in that, and I feel like this, although it's still not like an ideal alternative, it is a good alternative just because there is so much less of the actual package. Another thing I thought this would be really good for was for traveling. I love that there is the resealable cap on the lid, so it's not just a one-time use thing. You can reseal it and use it as many times until it's up, and I really liked the idea of this. It would be interesting to see more companies coming out with products like this. I believe maybe it was Stila a long time ago. They used to have like a foundation that came in this type of thing, or maybe it was Cargo. Oh, I really can't remember. It might be Cargo. But I remember there was a brand that used to do like foundations in this. I always really liked the idea of that packaging just because I felt like even though it is still plastic materials, it's a lot less waste than like plastic makeup bottles. Now, of course, there are some foundations that do glass bottles, and glass is always best because it is infinitely recyclable. But there are a lot of products that do come in big plastic containers, and those just like get thrown in the trash when you're done with it. And at least this is a smaller, lot less material, although it's still not ideal. Again, it would be really awesome for traveling or just to take with you as touch-up makeup. I thought that this was a really interesting product. So I'm gonna go through and share with you guys what I think about these products and just kind of give you my very first impression. All right, so the first one I'm gonna be using is the Perfect Cover BB Cream, and this one, let me see if there's a color. Light beige is the color for this one. I'm going to dispense some of this onto my hand. Ooh, that was a lot. Comes out very quickly, so that was probably way too much. But if you want an idea of the color, light beige, this is the color. I'm trying to see how runny it is. It's a little runny, not too bad. All right, so I think I got way too much, but I am just going to kind of apply that to my face. I'm gonna kind of get like a little even layer all over and try not to over apply it. It does have a scent to it. It's very fresh and very clean smelling, which I would like. So I'm just going to blend this in all over. All right, so the first thing I noticed, it is very light coverage. It did not give me a whole lot of coverage around any like breakouts I have or any redness. It did overall give me like a nice like slight evening out of the skin, but it's definitely a very light coverage BB cream, which I'm not used to. I'm used to more of Korean BB creams like being a little bit more full coverage, but I want to see how it builds as well. So this is how it looks with one light layer. I'm gonna go back and add a little bit more. All right, and this is how it looks built up a little bit with a little bit of a second layer. Overall, I still think this is a really light coverage BB cream. It doesn't smell very strong, but it does have a bit of fragrancing to it. So if you are someone that does not like fragrancing in your products, this would be one to stay away from. And I'm gonna try to zoom you in just a little bit more so you can kind of see a little bit closer on my skin what this is kind of like doing and what it looks like. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see. You can definitely see right here, it didn't do a whole lot of coverage on a breakout that I have, but overall it did give a very light evening effect to my skin. I feel like I could wear this out and be just fine. It's not crazy sheer to the point where it looks like I didn't do anything. It definitely added a bit of coverage, but I still think around like on my cheeks and stuff, a little bit on my nose, you can still see a little bit of areas where my natural redness is kind of peeking through. You can see a little bit of the darkness under my eyes as far as it canceling out any of that. It did a little bit, but nothing that does as much as a typical Korean BB cream. I find that a lot of Western BB creams are very like light, tinted, sheer wash of color types of things, but actual like Asian BB creams pretty much are just like foundations and stuff, and they can be very pigmented and they can be very full coverage, and there are some that can be medium coverage, some that are very light. This one definitely falls on the light coverage range as far as BB creams go, as far as like Asian BB creams. But if you're familiar with like a Western BB cream where it is a bit more sheer wash of color, this is definitely more in line with that. So now I want to try out the concealer and let's see how this one goes. This is the Perfect Cover Tip Concealer Light Beige. So it even has like on the back here a little like snip out thing. That way when you get to the end of it, you can squeeze it all out. So I really like the idea of this as not just this being like a sample type of product, but more of like this is actually the packaging of product. All right, and the color of this one is light beige, same as the BB cream. Let's see what kind of coverage this offers. Okay, I'm gonna start off and go with that much and I'll blend that in and we'll see how much coverage this has. I think that did a pretty good job. It's not the fullest coverage concealer ever by any means, but it's definitely giving me a lot more immediate coverage than the BB cream did with one layer. So I think so far it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna kind of blend those edges in a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna do one more layer just for the heck of it, just to kind of see how much this will build up. And I'm even going to do a little bit on this breakout here just to kind of see how much of that we can get covered up. And I got a little one here too. Do that one too. Alright, so I definitely like how that looks around my eyes. I feel like that gave me a pretty good amount of coverage without it being like a full-on heavy-duty concealer. I would definitely consider this more of like a medium coverage concealer, and it did a pretty decent job right here on that little breakout. You can still see a tiny bit of it, but overall I think it did a really good job. I am going to set this with a little bit of powder though, because I always set my under eyes, and I'm going to use the Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder from Ciate London. Alright, the next three ones I have are all lip products. I'm gonna come back after I finish the rest of my makeup and we will try out these. Alright, so I finished the rest of my makeup and I'm ready to do the 3 lip colors. So I'm just gonna pick one and I'm trying to decide what color would, I guess, complement the rest of my makeup the best. So the 3 colors are Purple Pink, Cherry Red, and then Peach Orange. So the colors are very similar, but I kind of feel like I'm leaning towards one of these two. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Cherry Red, and I'm gonna see how well this builds up, if it's more of like just a one layer kind of product, or if you can build it up and get more color, we will see. But again, these do have a doe foot applicator just like the concealer did, which I really like. And yeah, so I'm gonna open this one up. This one is Cherry Red, and I'm gonna apply it. Alright, so this is the color with one layer. I will kind of build it up and see what I can do with it, but it definitely has a bit of a thicker, more of like a jelly kind of feeling on the lips. If you're familiar with a lot of Korean lip products, they kind of have that more jelly-like feel. One color is very like, I don't know, it's very pretty. It's very like natural kind of looking. It's not sticky, which is very surprising for the way the texture of the actual like lip product feels, but not sticky at all, which is very good. So yeah, I'm gonna do like one more layer and see if we can build up the color, or if it's just kind of like a one layer kind of thing. think that definitely added a little bit more color compared to the top lip, and then we'll do the second layer there. So yeah, I definitely think you can get a little bit more color out of it if you layer it. I probably wouldn't want to do more than 2 layers just because, like I said, the texture of this feels very gelish on the lips. The more I kind of like smack my lips together, the more it kind of like, I don't know, melts the product into my lips so it doesn't feel as like thick and creamy, but it definitely has a little bit of like a gloss and kind of shine to it. It's kind of got like a really lacquered lip look, which is really pretty. And I'll probably have to do like a little bit of an update to let you guys know kind of like, does it get that like gross kind of filmy like inner corner of the lips type of thing. I feel like that happens a lot with these types of jelly kind of lip products, at least for me. But as far as like how it feels on my lips, it's very comfortable and not sticky at all, which I was very pleasantly surprised because I thought it was going to be super sticky, because there are definitely some Korean lip tints I have tried that are just incredibly sticky. But this has like a very like rich gloss, kind of like balmish gloss feeling on my lips, which I really like the feeling of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.